Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Here we'll see how to achieve a result like this where the lights or the LEDs lit one after another in a row. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, to get started with this, you need a breadboard, some LEDs, some registers, some jumper wires, more jumper wires, and of course our Arduino board. Make sure that you have all of this thing. Now regarding LEDs and registers, there could be any amount. So if you have 3 LEDs, get 3 registers. There could be any amount of ohm, but I would suggest 220 ohm. So here first we need to understand what is the positive and negative side. The longer one is positive, the shorter one is negative. So I'm going to first insert over here. Here I'm going to insert this LED. So the positive side is on my right and the negative side is on my left, which means that the positive side is, the longer side is on the right, the shorter side is on the left. Now I'm going to do the same for rest of them very quickly. Now here my LED setup is done. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up my registers. Here I picked one register and I'm going to connect in this LED, this register. The way we are going to do it over here, we know that on the left, we know that on the right side is the positive side. So I'm going to make sure that I connect on the same row. So here is our positive side, and in the same row we have connected our register, and make sure that they're in the same row and across this gap over here, otherwise it's going to burn or not going to work. Okay, now I'm going to repeat the same for rest of these registers, connecting here, 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 and here. The setup is almost finished. Now we are going to connect the negative side of register. For example, this is the negative side of this register with this power rails over here, which is the negative side over here. So I'm going to connect from here to these lines over here for each register one by one. So I get a jumper wire and then I'm gonna push it right behind it and push it down, pin it. And then I'm gonna be connecting over here any of these lines, it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to do the same for rest of the registers. So here is the setup, and if you want to look at from the other side, you can view it like this. So as you will see that this one over here is the negative side of the register, and on the same row we have connected this jumper wire, and we made sure that it is also on the negative rail of this breadboard. And we have repeated the same for rest of the registers and the connect. Okay, next we need our Arduino board. So here is our Arduino board, and we're gonna make sure that we connect each of these registers over here, this positive side, this one with these buttons or pins over here actually. So we have 5 of them. So we're gonna start from 7 and end over here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna finish at 6 over here. Okay, so this 6 holes we're gonna put our pins, and we're gonna be connecting from this line over here, any of these holes from here in our breadboard to this one. Okay, let's go ahead and do it step by step. So over here, the first one, I'm gonna push it down and then connect to Arduino board D2 or pin 2 over here. All right, so with this, it will have a complete circuit because we'll have power supplied from here, and then it would go through the register, and register, it would connect with this positive side over here. Then the current will flow through this LED and come down over here, and then eventually it will connect to our power rails, which will complete the circuit. Now I'm going to repeat the step for rest of these registers and connections. As you can see here, our setup is almost finished. Now one more step before we go ahead and connect with our Arduino IDE. So over here in our Arduino board, we have this ground pin over here. This one we have to connect to the main power rail over here, which is also on the ground side or the negative side. You have to make sure that you connect it clearly. So now with this, we actually completed our setup. So if you have any questions, you can leave a comment below. Now we'll go to our computer and connect. Now here is our Arduino power line. So I'm going to connect it over here. Okay. All right. So we see that it's already running. The reason is because I already have uploaded the code, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to explain the code, that how it works. So this is our code over here, and we are taking our pin mode. So the pin starts from 2 and finishes at 6 because it's less than 7 means 6. So total we have 5 LEDs. So that means that we'll have 5 pins. So first we do the setup. We are telling them, so from pin 2 to 6, they're all going to be output. So this is where the setup happens. Then we have this loop which will run infinitely. So over here we are going through this loop 5 times. And each time we go, first we set it to high, which means there is a voltage or connection or power. That means it will light the related or the connected LED. And then we delay 1 second, and after that we put it to low mode, which means that there is no connection or no power. That means that it would be off. And we repeat the same over here, but the only difference is it's going to start from pin 2 and it will go to pin 6, and then over here on the opposite side is going to start from pin 6 and finish at pin 2. So that's how it works. Thank you so much.